What if it said cursed 1, cursed 2, cursed 3, cursed 4?
That would be great. Can I also just say that it's really weird how the Smash dev team refuses to acknowledge that rage exists.
Why don't they?
I don't know. Rage has been a thing since Smash 4. It's never been officially coined. The only reason it's called Rage is because that's what it's called in Tekken 7, because they're both made by Bandai Namco.
Yes.
It's never been officially acknowledged in any context. Sakurai recently made a video on like handicaps in game, like handicap systems. I was hoping that he'd bring up like in Smash Bros. We have the regular kind of handicap, like that you can adjust, and you can also there's also a handicap where the more damage you have, the more knockback you do. But he didn't even acknowledge it. It makes me wonder if Sakurai even knows it's in the game. Like, did they put in rage behind his back, and they're like, well, the dev team's like, dude, we cannot put like a tooltip in about this because he cannot know. Even though Smash Bros has tons of fucking character-specific comeback mechanics.
Does it even matter? It's just part of the ecosystem.
It doesn't matter. It's just incredibly bizarre.
It makes sense that it's there.
The only thing I'm getting at here is that just the fact that it's not acknowledged. I'm not like criticizing its existence or anything. Just it has never been officially acknowledged. Like to Nintendo, it might as well not even exist.
I know a lot of people fucking hate it.
And Smash 4 was super fucked up competitively because it affected fixed knockback, which is how you had shit like the first hit of Mario's up B killing people at 0%, or the first hit of Samus's up B, or first hit of Peach's up B, or like stuff like Luma killing people with the up air, like a regular up air 30.
Maybe it's so ingrained into the game they don't feel it's worth mentioning. It's like saying the game has a percentage damage system.
This is a fucking X-Death's Castle encounter. Why is this here?
When we casted Protega, it shifted all the encounter tables over one bite. Are Dragoons like religious? Do they worship dragons or something?
That's a really good question. They were invented in 3, I think. Or, no, they were invented in 2, but they didn't become a playable job class until 3. I don't know what the fuck they're supposed to be.
What were they, like enemies into, or are they just a plot thing?
It was a plot thing, because there was like, the Emperor wiped out the home of the Dragoons, but there was one Dragoon remaining who held the secret to something. I forget exactly.
The way Galoof's death is handled is kind of like a D&D character dying, and then they just make a new character. And give some excuse as to why they have all their power back.
You mean, like, not specifically Project Demi, just this game in general? For how, like, nothing this game's story is, I do think that Galoof is a great character. His moment in the tree where Krill's getting her shit rocked and he breaks out of the crystal's control, absorbs the power, and beats the fuck out of X-Death with 0 health. That's fucking awesome. I'm not being ironic about this. I love that part. That's the best moment in the story.
I wasn't assuming you'd be ironic.
I feel the need to say things like that to a general audience because we're so irony poisoned.
Yeah, it's true. I'm curious how that would be animated if this game were remade in some way.
I was thinking about that earlier this week, actually. Like, if this had a Final Fantasy IV 3D treatment, how would that scene go? Would it be better or worse because they try to overdo it? Because I think it's great in its simplicity.
Yeah, I feel like the way it's done is so within the game's limitations that it's novel. But if it was in just one big cinematic, it wouldn't be as interesting.
Mm-hmm. It has to be done through gameplay is the main thing.
Yeah.
They try to do a similar thing with Tella in 4, but he's not controllable in the 2 fights that he, like, goes berserk in, and he keeps trying to physically attack, and he just misses over and over. And it doesn't really work as well.
It's always great in RPGs when you have a battle where you're actually unclear on what the goal is. Like, this is, I guess, a massive spoiler. But in the end of Stranger of Paradise is like that, where you're killing all your best buds.
Oh, yeah.
And like the end of Symphonia 2, where you're killing all your best buds.
Here you go. Here's your other gold pin.
I thought we got Lena back, and that's why we had that. item.
Oh no, I just picked up
I thought we
the
just like
second
found
one.
Lena in a fridge or something.
The Indiana Jones fridge.
And then we just take her hairpin off her head and then close the fridge.
So this is where I left that. Like comedy is like a fucking like Simpsons. Like, oh, that's where I left my gold pin. Close the door.
I was thinking more like you just slowly, awkwardly close the door and like her hand is like stuck jamming.
That's like a Family Guy thing where it's like he tries to push the hand back in, but it's like it just keeps falling out, and then the fridge falls over, and there's a pool of blood below it. This is worse than the time that I tried to cast magic in Final Fantasy V.
What kind of magic, Peter?
Why is he saying that through gritted teeth?
Black magic. No, it's the AI-generated Family Guy.
Oh, okay. Relevant because we watched the 90th episode of Bonus Stage.
And if you understand what that means, then you're officially in the club.
I was actually thinking of whether I even wanted to go through the effort of explaining what Bonus Stage is, but it's such a fruitless effort to try and elaborate on.
If you followed Keen Spot in 2004, you might know. But for now, it's in the past.
And what's funny is that you saying that might give people the idea that like, whoa, these guys were on the internet in 2004, like doing internet stuff. No, we found this show in like 2012 or something.
I was
like a few years after it had already been done for several years.
3 years old in 2004.
Yeah, I was 9 and I didn't have consistent internet access back then. What was this? It had been, the show had been done, quote unquote, for like 15 years at this point.
Yeah, it stopped in 2006.
Oh, so like 18 years, and the creator uploaded the 90th episode today.
For reference, the final episode before this was about the Xbox 360, which had just come out, being too loud.
Yeah.
Like the fan was too loud. I just remember it's like, my name's Neku and I hate people. What the heck, is that a person? And then he runs and it says the world ends with you.
And the guy is like rapping about candy canes in the background. It's kind of hard to decipher.
Gonna get my hairspray, going to the Tower of Records, and buying the soundtrack for Dune
3, which just came out in theaters yesterday.
Because the game takes place in 2020, so
That sucks.
Produced by Nomura.
Nomura, you should go back to your fucking house.
Okay. What?
Is poison an element? Damn, that's some good healing.
Don't do it. Oh. How much is that heal again?
300. Oh, it's very random, actually.
Falcon.
Whoa. Whoa.
What the heck?
Did a lot of damage, actually.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah.
Now I have healing sickness. Have I ever talked about that on camera? Or it's like, I always get the impression that if you overheal too much in RPG, I feel like you would feel like nausea.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
When me and Gabe were playing Tales of Vesperia, he would always play as Patty, and one of Patty's skills is it's a random spell that sometimes can fully heal the party and restore 50% of their TP. And he was getting it a lot, so I was kind of getting sick at looking at the like glowy blue and green healing effects. I was like, I feel like I'm getting sick looking at this, and I can't imagine how it feels to be overhealed for like 1,000,000% of your health constantly.
Take this!
All the 6 bees flew into his mouth. You see how when the battle starts, the meters start small and then immediately fill up just so that someone can go?
Yeah.
Pixel Remaster doesn't do that, and it's actually pretty annoying.
Huh.
This is 2 very specific things, but between that and the thing where it's like, don't push the button, pull the button, you know, that part, that's not in Pixel Remaster either. So it really does give me the impression that that game was a full-on remake and not a port at all. Because a lot of like really small nuances like that were lost in the transition. Pixel Remaster is still great, but there's just like a few little things that just make me slightly prefer the older versions of this game.
I like Advance because it's so fast. Is Pixel Remaster good at that?
I don't know, it doesn't feel fast. It doesn't feel as fast to play, but that might be partially because of this meter thing. It does surprisingly a lot. I didn't even realize that the game, that Final Fantasy V did that until it was gone. I like the SNES version, even though it's buggy, for stuff like Project Demi, making you skip the cutscenes, and the stuff like the Thornlit magic underflow glitch that makes Berserker slightly better. Yeah, I like Advance because it's way faster, and also it has the extra jobs and like the extra content. I've never done it, but it is there if I want to do it, and I just stay away from the PS1 version. No offense, a guy that likes it. Pirate Ferris is hilarious, but not hilarious enough. This is one hell of an enemy sprite.
Yeah. It's like some kind of crazy statue you'd see in a museum.
25 defense, which is insanely high for an accessory, but you know, it'll kill you.
But it doesn't seem worth it.
No, not really. Especially because being hasted halves the doom timer.
How many curse strings do you get? Only one?
You only get one of each of the cursed equipment, the bone mail, the thornlet, and the cursed ring. It would be cool if the cursed ring and the bone mail would like combine to make you immortal, but no, that's not how it works. If you die
we should
from
hack
doom,
the
you
game
just
so
die.
for the final boss we all wear cursed rings, and so we have 30 seconds to beat these.
There is a bug in this game where you can skip Neo X Death if you beat the first form of X Death with a move that bypasses counters, such as the monk's counter.
Lice. Ooh, that's itchy.
It says it at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Oh my
really?
God,
Wow.
Okay, don't hit her.
I'm fucking stunned.
Oh, alright.
Aw, just cast fucking... No,
She's distracted.
what the hell is going on with this boss?
Take this. What?
I think that's Berserk again.
Oh.
Funnily
Good.
enough. Ah, what?
Wait, what?
She's
Why?
immune to drain, I guess?
For fuck's sake, this boss stinks.
This is the most amount of trouble I've ever had on this fight because my fucking time mage got abducted. Alright, nice. That was easy.
80 APP.
I have Tears of the Kingdom now. Because I was going to use my voucher on the Pikmin 1 and 2 combo, whatever. Because none of the other games that were available really interested me that much. Even though, like, I mean, using the voucher on a $50 game is literally just a waste because the voucher games are worth $50. Because you pay $100, you get 2 free games. Pikmin wasn't available to use it on, which I was disappointed about. So I use it on Tears of the Kingdom, and I surprisingly am enjoying the game a lot so far. I'm legitimately shocked by that because, I mean, Breath of the Wild I did enjoy at first, but then the further I got in the game, the less I liked it, just because it's so... You scale... Link is way too powerful for the game that he's in, which is always an unfortunate thing when it happens in an RPG. But Tears of the Kingdom solves that problem by nerfing the shit out of everything and making it so that Link is really weak. And surprisingly, that solves the problem pretty well for me. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's like the first game I've ever played to solve the... Not solve, because I'm only like 15 hours into it or something, so if anything can happen. But it's like the first game I've played that actually solves the Scribble Knots problem for me, which I called that because it's like, in a game where you have like 15,000 solutions to any given problem, why not just use the simplest?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Scribble Knots, it's like you can do anything, you can summon literally anything, just type in a noun and we've drawn it. And most problems can be just solved with like a helicopter and a Cthulhu. So I usually just did that. It's not even necessarily that is like different in Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm having way more fun experimenting with just combining all the dumb shit with each other. Right? Yeah, that's mostly what it is that just the experimentation aspect of it is actually really fun to me.
Remember in Scribblenauts they tried to rectify that problem by having a thing where to fully 100% a level you have to play it 3 times in a row. And on each of the successive tries you can't use words you used before, which is pretty much a band-aid fix because playing the same level 3 times in a row is horribly uninteresting.
And also I remember the workaround is just like if you solved a problem with helicopter, you could type like chopper.
Yeah, get the thesaurus out.
Yeah, because they didn't like They didn't write down how many variations on a word there are.
I thought they actually thought about that, though. I thought you couldn't do that.
I'm pretty sure you can just do that. Because I do remember solving a problem with a boulder, and then the second problem, and then the second go around, I solved it with big rock. Like that specific thing in my head is why I'm pretty sure you can just loophole the shit out of it. Holy shit, he's fast. Whoa. Now he's slow. You just have to run around the world.
They shouldn't have done that. Then it just makes the world seem even smaller than it already is.
Yeah, I agree. Because this right here is not in World 2. They put it here specifically so that you can do this.
This should be a Mario Kart track.
Hey, there's Chocobo Racing.
Oh yeah, is this a map in that?
Yeah, just the world map, the merged world of Final Fantasy V.
What is this world called?
It's just called the merge world. I don't think the world has a name. Oh fuck. I'm gonna loop around the world and then I'm gonna go get the magic lamp.
What does that do again?
It summons every summon except for Phoenix in descending order. And that's persistent through battles, so to refresh it, you have to bring it back to where you got it.
But so eventually it just stops doing anything?
Eventually it starts, you eventually get to the point where it just keeps summoning Chocobo over and over again.
Oh.
And if you keep summoning it, it summons Eggman. Not like Sonic Eggman. It's really confusing, because he has a sprite, like if you go to the wiki page on him, but he doesn't show up. It's just like the summon effect happens, the party disappears, and then just a disembodied voice that talks at the top of the screen just says like, Eggman used egg kick and it didn't do anything or something. It's really fucking weird. I've never seen it because just like what I told you about it is the extent of it. It's just an Easter egg if you keep using Chocobo.
You summon him and he's like, you rambunctious robots.
That's the thing that's always been weird to me is that the characters talk about Enuo and he's like a really big part of the backstory, but you never encounter him and you only get to fight him as the ultimate bonus boss in the advanced content. And he's fucking huge. He's bigger than the screen.
What's his relevance to the story?
He's like the wizard that originally summoned the void.
Oh.
So the Dawn Warriors couldn't kill him, so they had to trap him in the void. And then X-Death is the main villain for some reason.
The fact that the advanced content isn't in Pixel Remaster maybe means that maybe the advanced content was like created by people who didn't work on the original game, so thusly they treat the advanced version of the game as like a different video game that's irrelevant to the original Final Fantasy V. Not like an upgrade version, it's just different.
It's like some fan fiction shit.
I guess, sort of.
Maybe I don't know enough about this game, but it surprises me that people say that the Brave Blade is the best weapon in the game when, one, the Brave Blade can only get weaker, whereas the Chicken Knife can only get stronger, and two, only like half the classes can even use the Brave Blade.
Oh, really?
The Chicken Knife, because the Brave Blade is a Knight Sword, or Broadsword specifically, so it's like everybody except for white mages can use knives. I don't know. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, is that the Chicken Knife is the best. Like, the reason it's so fucking strong is because it's the only knife to correctly use your agility in the damage calculation. Every other knife is bugged. What?
Can we use it right now, or is it really shit right now?
I don't think we've been escaping very much. It's at 26. We need another 200 escapes to get its maximum power.
So every 2 escapes ups it by 1?
Yep. I'm pretty sure I had maximum escapes in my level 1 run by the time I was done with World 1.